Had a little scared. The company said take a week off. Then they tell me I'm working halftime and I'm on salary, luckily, but half my paycheck for a month. We had to take a deep breath. One, I have all these videos loading up. I'm going through a fat stage. Now, my face actually looks good. I think it's all going to my belly now, which is good. I'd rather have that than my fat face. Let me get this off for a minute or two, okay? Going through my fat phase, but I actually like myself. I love myself. And if you see my girl on this camera, you know what I can bag with this round-ass face, this Caillou face, this moon head, all that pancake face, all that shit. Y'all know what I do. Y'all know this silver tongue gets to spitting. Literally. Anyways, let's move on. On today's video, now this is not a love or hate. So let me finish thoughts. I did not finish my thoughts. This is why I can't be rusty like I am now, not doing content, down in energy drink and get to talking. It's like I'm on 30 milligrams of Adderall. What I was going to say is I had all these videos lined up and kind of recorded and ready to go. And then I realized my opinions are changing on players as the season goes on, right? As the stuff happens, I start looking deeper into information and I start disliking guys that I said in one of my TikToks that I liked. So this is not a love or hate. This is, am I sleeping or am I peeping? I'm peeping something. I'm peeping a little, and I'll let you know if it's a one-eyed peep. Like I got ops and they live down the street rapping, or is it like I am fully awake? I have insomnia wanting this player, or if I'm sleeping, it's not that I hate them necessarily, but I don't want them at all. But I'm not going to tell you don't draft them because either I'm like ill-informed on them or it's like a feeling. I'm going to be honest. Not all my points come from data. You've been talking for 3 minutes with no fantasy football involved. Get to the fucking video.
On this episode of Shooting the Shit with Saints.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby. I am who I am. My name is my name. And welcome into another episode, video, whatever you want to call it, of Shooting the with Sands, man. Either way, we are going through these rounds. And once again, guys, I do not love or hate these players. I will let you know if I love them. I will let you know if I hate them. But that is for another video later in the season. And some of these guys will pop up in that video. Okay? Now, the reflection on the glasses, if you want to look at me in my eyes while I talk about fantasy football, I think you were at a parade last week. That's what I think. If you want me to look you in your eyes while I'm talking fantasy football, bro, let me tell you something. Don't look me in my eyes too long. Now, round one, you may go, who could you hate in round one? Ashton Genty. Quit drafting rookie running backs in the first goddamn round, please. I've screamed it from the rooftops. The last 2 years it's happened. Why were y'all so cool with letting Jahmyr Gibbs drop down a little bit? But Bijan, but Ashton, but Saquon. Rookie running backs. Stop. I have to bring up this same Michael Fabiano article because I started looking. I'm like, bro, am I the only person that refuses to draft rookie running backs in the first round? Once again, I'll go through why I started this. I didn't start the theory. I didn't start a thesis. My hypothesis, I wasn't good at science. Math, decent. Now, my hypothesis started at, all I see from rookies is they spaz at the end of the year because the starter gets hurt or they lose their job, like Javonte and Melvin Gordon, Rachaad White and Leonard Fournette. Leonard Fournette just kind of tapered off. Rachaad became more prevalent because we Buccaneers were getting down in games a lot, so we needed a pass catching back. I was like, it really don't work out well. Kareem Hunt, his first year in Kansas City, had a great, 2 or 3 weeks going crazy, fell off a mountaintop. Then boom, once again, the other backs get hurt. He spazzes in the playoffs at the end of the year. I'm talking about fantasy playoffs, not real life playoffs. But and I started looking up stuff, and I finally found a Michael Fabiano, one of the OGs of fantasy writing, all that shit. This is in his Sports Illustrated article from 2023. So I'd imagine these numbers have shifted because this was my point against Bijan Robinson, his rookie year. These are generational talents, but guys, please, it's just like I told you not to draft Marvin Harrison Jr. that early last year. People were taking him in the 3rd and 4th round in my 12-man. What the fuck are you doing, bud? That's why your ass is a red zone watcher. Yes, I'm criticizing you. Watch the games. Get a feel of football, buddy. I want to see hat on a hat all day, not those fraudulent ass touchdowns that when I'm watching the game live, here's a red zone rant. I'm watching it live. It happens. I don't see that shit on red zone for 4 minutes. It's like we're tapping in live to the Tampa Bay Bucks game. Watch what happens here. Bitch, that is not authentic. You are frauds at red zone, you pieces of shit. Over the last 23 years, there have been 51 running backs taken in the first round that are rookies. Only 12 have averaged 14.9 points in PPR formats. That is the baseline for getting in the top 12. So your statistics are less than 25% over the last 25 years, right, have hit. That is one every other year that hits. And in your head with Ashton Genty, you're like, this is the year. So he may go crazy. First round picks, what did I tell you? Do not take your risk in the first round, period. We don't do that. I don't play that shit. That's what we don't do. I think Amon-Ra St. Brown is arguably the safest pick in the first round every year, but he does not have, to me, that ultra upside of like, holy shit, he dropped 48 this week, like a Jamar Chase, like a Justin Jefferson. But he is easily the safest pick, and I would love to get him on the back end, right? But this shit right here, guys, quit taking him. It has nothing to do with where he's going to play. It has nothing to do with the things around him. I just don't believe in rookie running backs. He may finish top 15. Wonderful. And if he finishes, 10th, are you happy? At his position, you're happy? You're taking him, RB4, 5? You're happy with that? I'm not. I, for one, am not happy with that. And he is apparently a generational talent. I think he is. But just like on Bijan, what did I say? I'm waiting a year. I'll get him the next year when everybody is kind of underrating him a little bit. Kind of going, I don't know. Is it going to work there? And now Bijan is like the only guy. I'm a no RB guy, as you guys know. So always look at my rankings through that lens as well. This has nothing to do with that. But this has been my take for like 3 or 4 years. As a no RB guy, Bijan Robinson is the only guy I'm coming off that strategy for. And I need y'all to learn something about no RB drafts. It does not have to be extreme no RB. That's how I run it. That's not how a lot of people do it. But I wait till like the 5th or 6th round to get an RB every draft I'm in. And you may think I'm dumb. It's worked out okay for me. Can't get a fucking title, but I got a lot of silver medals. It's like racing Usain Bolt every year, but he's fucking brain dead. He's a lucky goddamn blind squirrel finding a nut. That's what I'm facing. Every year. $500 buy-in league, 2nd place. Where's Hunter going? My name is the 90 to 93 Bills I've gotten 2nd so much. That's what my name is on there. You think I like that shit? No. We don't like that shit. I hate that shit. Now, to the peeping, I'm fucking wide awake for this guy. CeeDee Lamb, what are we doing here? Right? He has very low injury risk. He's on a team that is going to be right? So they're going to throw a lot. Oh, and by the way, his quarterback that just happened to not play last year, the year before he got hurt last year, 2 years ago, he finished second in MVP voting. So all your Cowboys hate, I live here. I live here. My family's from Texas. Why do you think I root for Arkansas, a Miami team, and another Florida team? You think I wanted to claim some fucking burnt orange and navy and silver? Hell no. I was the contrarian. College? Dad? Fuck that. You're the first generation. I'll make it. You're the last. Brother and sister valedictorians. One of them graduated third in their class. Me? Smoking weed at 16. Fucking barely getting through high school. But I have a brain in here. I just never use it. I use it for this shit. I use it for this. That's what I chose to use my brain on. Oh, the pointless shit. Anyways, CeeDee Lamb has proven, just go right back into it. CeeDee Lamb has proven he is quarterback proof to me. Point blank, period, poo. God. Okay, so without Dak Prescott playing throughout his career, because we've had some years with Cooper Rush, even last year we had some backups in there. Throughout his career, CeeDee Lamb without Dak, 130 catches. This is 24 games. 130 catches, over 1,500 yards, and about 10 tugs. Okay? He is like that. Like, I hate to say. So when I first watched CD, and I use a lot of eye test shit too, guys. I don't have to go look at somebody's ADOT to know that they're frying somebody one-on-one every game while I watch the games, right? You know why I watch the games? Because there's no better feeling than sitting there watching Tyreek Hill last year as my pick, first-round pick in both my leagues, and just staring at him the whole time just to watch fucking Tua Tagovailoa. Oh, he threw it to Devon. He threw it to Jonnu. Tyreek Hill got a screen pass for 2 yards. That is the best feeling. Still got second, you pieces of shit, with DK Metcalf and Patty dropping off a cliff. Okay? This is what I mean. He is quarterback proof. Do you doubt Justin Jefferson? Am I saying CD is on the level of Justin Jefferson? No. But I haven't heard any hesitation other than he can't be wide receiver one with Justin Jefferson. This guy can be a wide receiver one. Jake Ferguson, to me, is a very good tight end in the league. And when Dak plays, he is top tier fantasy-wise. George Pickens. Y'all all hype about the George Pickens acquisition. Don't back off now because it's fantasy. Don't back off now. Real outside threat with him. When is the last time CeeDee Lamb had an outside threat? A wash Brandon Cooks? T.Y. Hilton on crutches and a 10-day contract? That's a real deep ball threat. I like that. I like that. I'm in on CeeDee Lamb. I'm peeping. In the second round, I am dead sleep. Took a edible. Took CBD edibles. Nothing illegal. Took some melatonin on these guys. CMC. Don't need data. If you want to play it's every other year he plays 16 games. I would rather not play games with double Achilles tendonitis. Double. Both of them. Body breaking down from the roots to the top. I'm good. If he ends up being RB5, good. Congrats, bro. Congrats. You won one of the carnival games. That's what CMC is. And then it's just you spin the fucking wheel. How many games will he play? 4 before he gets hurt. Okay, after the 4, he'll play 6 games, but only 3 quarters. He'll roll his ankle in another. He'll have hamstring tightness. His Achilles hurts. But then the end of the season, he plays all 5 and gets you 28 points a game. I am, for my mental health alone, all right, this is a guy who battled and beat depression. I did. Before it was fucking cool, right? Before it was cool to battle your inner demons. I called my father. I gotta stick to faith. I called my dad and let him know I hated myself, and I'm back. I can't go back. That was 19-year-old me 11 years ago. You kids, I was about to say. This is when you didn't know what it was before you started thinking you were depressed when your boyfriend broke up with you and your girlfriend broke up with you, okay? You didn't have any bitches and you didn't have money in your pocket. We all go through it in our 20s. Just text someone. Just go to the bar. Don't do that. I'm sleeping on CMC. I'm sleeping on McConkey. Lad, you're a good fella, lad. You're a good lad. All right, so I got some things here, and I have to look at my tablet. If you think I memorize these stats, I just do the research and tell you. I don't memorize this shit, okay? Now, McConkey to me is a very high floor guy, though. Don't get it twisted. I know he is a target funnel. That's what we always want to say. I would be scared of that in this type of offense, inside of a Greg Roman offense, who has been ranked 28 or lower in pass attempts 10 out of his 11 seasons as a coordinator. I would be scared of that. Now, is it to set up the big play action plays? Yeah. I don't know if those are going to Ladd all the time. I think they drafted Trey Harris, who I have personal bias towards. If you know, you know. I'm not going to share that info unless I get big. We'll see about that also. I don't know if those are going to Ladd. And even if they take that mythical situation out, I don't want a wide receiver on a team where I saw Baltimore fall into that, where nobody was draftable on their wide receiving core for so long. They were. You know what I mean? I don't want to fall into that. And then I look back and go, damn, I could have invested in Najee or Amari and Hampton. Instead, I got Ladd McConkey, who, by the way, in his games where he finishes with more than 75% of the snap share, which was only 8 games, right? That was only 8 games last year, and he started off hot in the rotation, by the way. His average finish in those games was 26 combined. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know what to feel about that. Also, if I want to go off stature and stuff, we can talk about that with injury risk. That's all cool. I'm not cool on him because I think Harbaugh, go look at his shit with the 49ers and how they ran that with Greg Roman. Go look. I don't think they're running read options with Justin Herbert because every time he runs out of the pocket, he breaks a bone. Okay? I dislike McConkey. I love the player. I love the story. I think he is going to be a good fantasy wide receiver if he stays healthy. I don't know if he's worth bidding on as a wide receiver 1 on your fantasy team. Right? That's all I can say. Oh, and also an additional stat for Greg Roman. He has been 20th or lower in passing touchdowns 7 out of his 11 seasons as offensive coordinator. One of those years he was number 1. He had Lamar Jackson. Just keep that in mind. I know y'all think he's trash. Well, y'all did, and he should have had an agent, and he can't throw. He just threw 41 tugs and 4 picks. One of the greatest seasons ever. But anyways, stick to fantasy. A dude that I'm peeping heavy. I'm almost too bullish on this guy, if you want me to be honest. Brian Thomas Jr. Him and A.J. Brown. I'm saving A.J. Brown for a later video. Why the fuck is he going in the second round? We don't know. I still don't know why Brian Thomas is going later in the second round. I've seen him in mid-seconds in my mock. I would love to have that. I would love to go in the first round, get a CD, a Puka, or a Amon-Ra, possibly a Malik Neighbors if it's wide receiver heavy. Come around the second round, get Brian Thomas Jr., third round, my running quarterback, fourth round, another great receiver. I like that tempo. I like that pace. I like the pace we're going on. So in his rookie season, he had 9 top 20 finishes. He had 4 top 7 finishes, and Mac Jones played 7-8 games last year. 7.5 games, I believe. I don't know if y'all saw, I hate when I get the presidential candidate speech going. I don't know if y'all saw the Mac Jones games. Bro, it was a third and 12 one game. They drew up a screen pass, bro. I'm not bullshitting. Drew up a screen pass because I try to watch every snap of my fantasy players to get a real feel of the offense, how it's working, yada yada. He chunked that shit to Brian Thomas in triple coverage on a screen pass that was wide open. I love that shit. Now with Trevor Lawrence, what is the gap between Trevor Lawrence and Mac Jones? Am I saying it's tiny? No. I don't think it's this big. I hate to tell you I don't, but as a Buccaneers fan, once again, I'm going to believe in Liam Cohen. Look what he did for Baker. Look at how explosive the offense was. That's why I'm begging y'all to get a piece of that Jaguars backfield. I'm not worried about Tutton, how the fuck you say his name. He's had fumbling issues. I want ETN and Tank Bigsby on my team. I'm not bullshitting. Okay? I want them. Now, I am not worried about Travis Hunter, like overly worried. I don't think Travis Hunter is going to be some target god or anything. You don't even know what his snap rate's going to look like. I know what Brian Thomas is going to be. It's going to be the number one, no questions asked. Point blank, period. There is no questions asked, right? And what I saw last year from Liam Cohen with the Bucs is playmakers will get the ball no matter what. Chris Godwin, before breaking his leg in half, had the most screen yards in the league. I could see him doing that with both of these two, Travis and Brian Thomas Jr. Mike Evans got 1,000 yards while missing games last year. I think Brian Thomas can do that easily. 10 touchdowns in his first year. He is a real deep ball threat. He can do everything. I think if you're the only guy on the field and you have no rushing attack and your number one quarterback is Mac Jones and you find a way to finish in the top 10, I can't disrespect that and put that to the side. I can't. So I'm all in on a couple players on this list, but let's get on to round 3. Round 3, a guy that I was high on, now I'm low on, now I'm in the middle. I'm sleeping. I'm not dead sleep. I'm waiting to see the draft day ADP. But at his ADP, I am sleeping on JSN, a guy that I love. And this has nothing to do with him individually. It has to do with Cooper Kupp coming in. Now, if Cooper Kupp comes in and he isn't taking too much from, or he gets hurt, it's going to have to be that he gets hurt because Cooper Kupp will not be effective on the outside. I do not like JSN moving outside. I don't like his quarterback. I don't like Sam Darnold. I think people tighten once again. What is the gap between Geno and Sam Darnold? I think that is rather large. Like huge gap between Sam Darnold and Geno. I think Geno has been very disrespected by the public throughout these last 3 to 4 years. They ditched Russell Wilson and got better. Geno was wheeling and dealing. O-line piss. Run game is egg. Kenneth Walker misses every other game. Yeah, he still found a way. Right? And we'll talk about one of his former receivers later on as well. I don't like him going outside. Just some advanced stuff that I saw, by the way. Out of 112 qualifying wide receivers, he ranked 88th in win rate and 62nd in separation rate. So me no likey. I don't like that. I'm not basing it off that solely alone. But once I started evaluating, like, oh shit, most of his snaps will turn to him going to the outside. So yeah, it's just one of those things where I'm going with my gut, and the thing is, I keep going. I like him. I don't. I like him. I don't. Because what people think Lad McConkey could be, I think JSN could be. In just everybody's getting there quick. Slot, 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 slot. No Tyler Lockett. There's no real competition out there for targets. I don't know. I'm very wary on that. Very wary on that Seattle situation. I want to see how it pans out. That's it. Because I could see them winning football games like 17-10 with Mike McDonald at the helm. I could really see it. Who I'm peeping this round, guys. I can't get off of them. Pause. I can't stop thinking about him. Pause. I just can't stop drafting him. Garrett Wilson. I have super belief in this guy. Okay. All right. Let's go through it. Last year, he still finished wide receiver 10, right? And after the Devontae Adams trade, Devontae Adams finished wide receiver 9 between week 7 and 17. Wide receiver 9, Garrett Wilson still finishes top 10. And if you watch those games like I did, I'm not here to brag about it. I put myself in debt to watch these games. You think I can afford $450 at the beginning of the season to watch fucking Mac Jones play quarterback? To watch Tyreek Hill be wide open half the game and not touch it because he has scrambled eggs back there for a quarterback? I don't know, man. I don't know. But you could just see Rodgers and him were, I'm getting too excited. Rodgers and him were not on the same page a lot of the times. That's what it ended up being. I think that Rodgers was also taking it was supposed to be a 5-step drop. He was taking 3 steps and firing that shit in between a 3-foot hole to Devontae Adams also. I saw Garrett Wilson getting pissed off towards the end of the season saying he may want to get out of there. I saw that. I saw Robert Saleh being in control of the team. Also not good. Then you get these random interims. That's a special teams coach sometimes. I believe that's what happened for the Saints. You get some random psychopath conditioning coach just headbutting people with helmets on and shit. That's what we don't want to see. Now, they bring in the former Lions passing game coordinator. Now, do I really take stock into that? I would say no. But with Aaron Glenn and his experience, his 12, 13 years of football experience being a head coach, him coming from the Ben Johnson tree of offensive mindset, and with him having this very mobile quarterback in Justin Fields, who I know isn't a superstar thrower, and I really think he has the throwing ability, and that's never really an issue with NFL quarterbacks. It's the brain. But that offense is going to be pretty damn good, in my opinion. Now, are they going to be top 10? If that happens, I just stuttered trying to think of that. Started talking caveman. All right. That would blow my mind. Strap a C4 to this fucking egg brain, blow it up. Right. I like this fit. I like the college teammates reuniting. I like Garrett getting a fresh start from the old regime where this team was turning to him, and he was the most notable player on that roster. Him and Quentin Williams. That was their leader. That was their guy. And it kind of got turned on its head because the fucking franchise killer walked through the door. Old Aaron Rodgers has been a piece of shit. Don't care about the shrooms he's taking. I've done it too. It didn't make me an asshole. Didn't make me say immunized. Didn't make me say that shit. All right. I think the target share for Garrett Wilson is going to baffle you week to week. I think last year when he was sharing targets, he was getting 7 to 9 a game. And I think now with Justin Fields, there's reports of him being in the backfield. There's reports of him being targeted over 200 times this year. I refuse to not at least try it. Mostly in PPR formats, which most of y'all, I'm in a dead old man standard league, man. You get 110 yards on 17 catches. You get 11 points, no tugs. I'm looking for opportunity here. Opportunity creates just production most of the time. And if you have a lot of opportunity with low production, at least you can say, well, fuck it. I drafted DJ Moore and he got 130 targets, but he finished wide receiver 22. All right. So yeah, that's my round 3. Round 4 to the next round.